Well, hello. Tonight we have a very interesting story from the Maggid Speaks by Rabbi Paysach Khron. Today it's going to be on the importance of doing a mitzvah when it's time to do it, and it says the calculating the eternal reward one might lose by failing to do a mitzvah. Avos, take a look in Avos, chapter 2, Mishnah 1. So we're talking about that. Let's take a look at it right now. We'll take a look at the story this is the Maggid Speaks by Rabbi Paysach Khron. Okay. So, the 10th man. One Friday night, after Rav Sholom had spoken on the topic of calculating the eternal reward one might lose by failing to do a mitzvah, see Avos 2:1, a gentleman came over to him and said, quote, "I have an outstanding story on your topic you were discussing tonight." A crowd quickly gathered around the man, and the man began his tale. Rav Sholom and the others stood and listened, spellbound. The Mensheviks in Russia took over the government after the First World War. For the first time in decades, Jews enjoyed freedom. Everyone was happy. People were making money, especially those Jews who were fortunate enough to be in the diamond and jewelry business. I myself was in diamonds, and things were going very well indeed. This is the man speaking. Every morning I was at my office in the diamond exchange at 8 o'clock, and I was busy all day. One morning I happened to get up early and decided to go to my office to get some paperwork done. I had my valise of diamonds and jewelry with me as usual. As I was walking, I heard someone yell out, a zt'l. That means a 10th man for the Minion. A zt'l. I turned and saw a man standing outside the small doorway of a tiny synagogue. He was looking for a 10th man to complete a Minion, quorum of 10 males over 13. When he saw me turn toward him, he shouted to me, come in, we need you for a Minion." Realizing that I had some time to spare, I went in to be the 10th man. But when I got inside, I saw that there were only 3 other men besides myself and the man at the door, who by now had resumed his searching for a zt'l. "What's this?" I said. "I'm not the 10th. I'm the 5th. It'll take all morning to get 10 men in here." "Now, don't worry," he called back. "Lots of Jewish people walk these streets every morning. We'll have a 10th man in no time." Frustrated that he had trapped me, I began reciting Tehillim, Psalms, for the next 10 minutes. By that time, all he had managed to find was one more person. I began to leave. Then he started pleading with me. "Listen, it's my father's yahrzeit. I have to say Kaddish. Please stay. I'm trying to get the Minion together as fast as I can." "I can't stay any longer," I protested. "I must be in my office at 8 o'clock. And that's right now." At that point, the man became nasty. "Listen," he said. "I'm not letting you out. I have yahrzeit. I have to say Kaddish. As soon as I get 10 men together, we'll get it over with, and you'll be able to go." I didn't want to agitate him anymore, so I reluctantly went back to saying some Tehillim. Another 10 minutes passed, and he had corralled only 2 more men. I began making my way towards the door again. This time he turned around from the doorway just as I was making my way past him. He pointed a finger at me. "Now, listen here. If you were the one who had yahrzeit for your father, then you would want me to stay, right? and I would stay. Now I want you to do the same for me." His pointing out to me how I would feel if I were in his shoes suddenly made me feel different about the situation. I resigned myself to losing part of the morning and decided, come what may, I would remain. About 8:30, he finally got his 10 people together. I thought he would say a Mishnah and then Kaddish, but no. He started near the beginning of the davening, right after Korbanos, with the first Kaddish D'Rabbanan. In other words, he was going to go say the whole Shachris, which was going to be a much longer wait for him. Impatient and exasperated, I looked at my watch and calculated at this rate, I would not get to my office until well after 9 o'clock. A number of times I looked around to see if an 11th man had wandered in, so that I could leave and there would still be a Minion. No such luck. I was stuck there until they finished davening. Once we finished, the man who had Yortzeit thanked all of us profusely, served some cake and whiskey, and then let us leave. I began making my way to the office, still carrying my valise full of jewelry. When I came within 2 blocks of my building, a man I knew ran over to me, frantically waving his hands. "Quick, get away," he yelled at me wildly. "The Bolsheviks took over the government today, and some of them came in and killed the Jews in the diamond exchange. They're now busy looting as much as they can. Run for your life." I did run for my life. I remained hidden for a few days, and eventually, as you can see, I was able to get out of Russia. The storyteller looked around at his captivated audience in the Khron Moshe shul. Then he added, "This was my reward for the mitzvah of being part of a Minion. You can well imagine what would have happened to me had I left the Minion early." The people who had gathered around waited for Rav Sholom to make the statement that would crystallize everyone's thoughts. He paused a moment, and then, in a voice that bounded off the rafters of the ancient synagogue, he exclaimed in his own inimitable way, "Pilei Ploim, wonders of wonders. Hafle v'fela, miracle upon miracles. Nora Noros, awesome of awesome." In other words, this is what Hashem had done. He had made this miracle that this man was wanted to go to work, to be on time at his job, and this other man pulled him into the Minion. He pulled him into the Minion to help with the Minion. So he did a great mitzvah by helping this man, and because of this, his life was saved. His life was saved because he did this mitzvah. So he said, "Pilei Paloim, wonder of wonders. Hafle v'fela, miracle upon miracles. No ro'os, awesome of awesome." The children poured out of the shul into the cool Jerusalem night. They danced and skipped down the street and alleys, imitating Rav Sholom's very special voice. "Pilei Paloim, Nora Norois, Hafle v'fela." So that is the story of the 10th man. This is from the Maggid Speaks by Rabbi Paysach J. Khron, Rabbi Paysach J. Khron. Favorite stories and parables of Rabbi Sholom Schwadron, Maggid of Yerushalayim. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and you're welcome to make your own videos of various readings and It'll be good to see them. Thank you very much. Take care.